we missed each other in Lisbon. No,
I was there
I
too.
missed so many people there. Yeah, but I was hanging out with lawyers. They were a fun bunch. You wouldn't
Yeah,
expect that from them, but they were great. I mean, honestly, like such good people. I had a great time in Lisbon at Web Summit. Also hanging out at the investor lounge all the time, practically sleeping there. But yeah, we'll see where it leads me.
that summit was so huge, so huge.
It was
Did
I
huge.
hope
Oh
it
my
was a
God.
success. Good. Very good. I'm gonna announce that we're going live just to like remind
Yeah,
people.
there's
But everyone gets an email or should have got an email at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock now, right? Or 5:30?
It's 5:08 or 5:10, I think. Yep, 5:10.
Okay. So people have just gotten the email to come in. Yeah. Maybe we can send a couple of pictures.
Farah is here, right?
Yes.
Farah is here. Hey, nice to meet you. We went to Emory. That's so cool. When did you go? What year? What years?
2015 through 2019.
Okay, so we were there at the same time. I was there as an exchange student from Germany,
No
2017,
way.
2018. Yeah.
Oh,
I was a
wow.
graduate student, so I was one semester at the Atlanta Graduate School, but the next semester I was at Goizueta.
Okay. Well, we have lots to catch
Yeah.
up on, and I'm excited to meet in person.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. Me too. Where are you in Berlin, right?
Yes. I'm currently in
Where are
Berlin.
you located?
On Castellinale. Turns out right.
Ah, I'm not sure if that's okay to kind of announce this whole thing on the internet,
I know, I'm like,
but
where's my address?
don't tell me your address here, please.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm currently at WeWork in Alexanderplatz. I love WeWork. Work here all the time. Sometimes at Alexanderplatz, sometimes at Trim Tower, sometimes for Charlottenburg. So happy to meet up somewhere in close to here. But I think Kastanienallee, it's somewhere close to Alexanderplatz, right?
Yeah, not far. Sounds good.
Cool. Let's do
We're
it.
at Factory. Like we do a lot of events at Factory Berlin, so not a WeWork, but yeah.
Factory Berlin is also cool. So we should go there.
We-
Absolutely.
WeWork have better locations like in Mitte and stuff, but yeah, Factory just gave us
Well,
a free space.
but that's a good space. It's a great space as well, Factory Berlin. It's awesome. Well done. Actually, maybe we should also do kind of a venture cafe thing, but let's talk about this later.
Okay, I think we have quite a lot of people that haven't joined the huddle, so they won't be able to hear us. Should we invite them to the huddle and then get them upstairs?
Yeah. I think someone is there now. Mike, I think, is there.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, the cafe is filling up nicely. Is there a coffee machine? Is there beverages or no pizza?
Where's Farah? I don't see her.
I see
here.
Yeah, I think we're at the wrong place, and I don't know how I reached here. Zoe, are you on the second floor?
Pardon?
You are on the second floor, right?
Yeah, I'm next to Anastasia.
Okay.
Hello. We're here.
Hi.
So you just take the stair, yeah?
Or you can choose the portal, the pink one. It's just
yes, someone just came here.
Yeah, hello.
I don't think we see
Hello.
stairs.
Hi, Yasir. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. If I click on someone, what happens? Oh, it's Zoe. Hello, Zoe.
It is I. I'll put on my camera just so that Oh.
I love your outfit, by the way.
Crazy.
Yeah, please turn on your cameras so that the blended reality, right? That's what we want.
Cool. So I guess we could just do a last announcement and then get started in the next couple of minutes.
How do
Yeah.
you fly, Andrew? How do you fly? How do I fly?
You don't need to fly right now, but
Oh,
So,
interesting.
sorry, say again, but I will not do this now because we are not supposed to fly, but for the future. How do I start flying again? Sorry. Uh-huh. And then you'll land. Okay.
oh, yeah, that was crazy. I'm just jumping.
Very cool. Very cool. I have like a white bar on the left. This is the chat. Ah, okay. All right. Very good.
What am I doing?
Hello, are you dancing here? What's going on?
Yes.
I
So
wish
do we
there
need to look at a specific particular place, like at the screen?
Yeah, I
Hi
was
there.
thinking about the location of where we're sitting.
Hi, Michael. Are you Michael from
Yeah, the setup is not easy.
Yeah, it isn't. Are you from the
Hello?
Tsunami VentureCon, Michael?
Pardon?
Are you from the Tsunami VentureCon call that we had?
No. I'm just joining. Also interested in seeing
Okay.
what is going on here.
There's a lot going on.
My
All very-
avatar is pretending to have a coffee.
Okay, something changed again on my screen. And
I've also crashed a little bit, so this is I'm suspended in midair right now.
yeah, I'm again back to, oh God, okay.
Okay.
How
All
do I
right.
get back here?
So
But is Chris
Ara
here?
is here.
I'm mostly struggling with turning my head.
I may
Who was
have
it?
to
With the touch bit, it's kind of challenging.
Yeah.
we're back. We're back.
We're back in business.
Wait.
Oh, Zoe is like in the air.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so cool.
Can you
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm gonna have to reload because it's just not working out. I'm stuck in the air and it's not very professional. So
Oh my God, we need a screenshot.
I feel like there would need to be a button that if you're like giving up on figuring out where to navigate on your own, the button just takes you to the group.
Do you guys think we're gonna stay a bit longer than 6? Because we start
I don't.
later? 'Cause
I think we can get this done quite efficiently, and then maybe 6:15.
okay, well, I'm gonna need to leave.
That's okay. Okay, so let's hurry up. I will fix this and we'll kick off right away. All right, are you ready, tech side?
Yes, almost. It's quite often frozen, but I try my best.
Hello.
Hello.
You're still flying, so
Hi. I think I cursed it by moving.
Say like that.
Like, it's completely, it's like, I'm gonna have to do the panel like this, unfortunately. Oh. Okay. Okay, should we get started? Back.
Yep.
Right. Oh.
I don't know what I see. Oh.
Hello. Hi, Farah. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay. Do we have everyone sort of seated, like all the spectators? I see a lot of people still in the lobby. Maybe they can just come and we can just get started because we're going to be kicked out at 6 or just after 6.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We have our panelists, which is awesome. So I guess, yeah, welcome to our sort of very first collaboration with Tsunami and Crypto Girls Club. A little bit of context about Crypto Girls Club. We are the largest women in Web3 community in Europe. We've been around since 2021, empowering women to enter the Web3 space. So yeah, we did hackathon with Tsunami back in July, which was really successful. And yeah, we saw a lot of projects coming out of that. And yeah, Diksha's here to talk about the upcoming VentureThon, which is happening, I think, in a couple of days.
Thank you, Zoe. Yes, super excited to collab with the Crypto Girls Club for this. Tsunami, I'm from Tsunami, so a quick background on Tsunami. Tsunami is a early stage fund. We invest in Web3 and AI projects. We've invested in around 4 early stage projects in the Web3 space, and we expanded into AI this year. And we also started doing hackathons. Right now, we are kicking off our hackathon 1 week hackathon, which we are calling VentureThon. It's a 1 week remote hackathon where we are accepting applications not only from completely new ideas, but also existing projects. So we have 2 tracks. One is for projects that haven't, you know, that get formed during the hackathon, and one is for projects that have existed for a while, and they come and they use the hackathon as a platform to build on top of it. There is a prize pool of up to $24,000. And the most exciting part about this VentureThon is that selected teams from the hackathon will get an opportunity to get funded from Tsunami, and that's a funding of 125K. $125,000 for 9% equity, and you will get the chance to also pitch in front of our investment committee. So that's, yeah, a short pitch, but please visit the Tsunami website to know more and join this adventure because we kick off on Monday, 27th November. So, and today we have 2 panel discussions actually. The first one is with our very own Zoe. She's had an amazing journey. Most of us know her through Crypto Girls Club, but she's been in Web3. I think what was the year you got into crypto, Zoe?
Well, the year I got, like, I started working in crypto in 2016. So quite a long time. I think it was, quite unexpected. I was working in fintech, and the company I was working for was developing a Bitcoin product. So I got really interested. Sorry, can you hear me? Is it breaking up or?
Yes. Yes.
It's wonderful. Okay, perfect, because the Wi-Fi is speaking. Yeah, so I was lucky in the sense that the company I was working for in fintech and this crypto bank were developing a Bitcoin product, which got me interested. If anyone's worked in fintech before, I don't know if you agree with me, but some of it's quite boring in the sense that you are talking a lot about regulation. You are talking about a lot of barriers to entry, and yeah, I just found like crypto was the next generation in the future. So as soon as I found or discovered Bitcoin, I was hooked. So since 2016, I've been on this like sort of upward journey. And my main mission in life, or my main mission in my working life, is to make mass adoption or owning digital currencies as easy as installing an app on your phone. So I did this through several, worked with the crypto bank, Bitwala in 2018, and then I moved to a centralized exchange in Switzerland. So all about empowering users or people like us today to own and grow their wealth. So that's basically the backstory. And yeah, when people say I'm an OG, I just say I'm an accidental OG because I fell into the space literally just how I fell through the floor of this metaverse today. So
And when did Crypto Girls Club, tell us about the early days of Crypto Girls Club? When did it start as your, I don't know, may I call
yes.
it a side hustle?
Side hustle, yeah, or just like a passion project, or even just like a friendly meetup where I would
Mhm.
just like want to make a lot of girlfriends because they're really important to, especially when you're an expat in Berlin and you don't know many people. I came to Berlin with knowing one person, and I guess what is important if you're starting your own side hustle or entrepreneurship is the passion to do this, even though necessarily you don't have the funding or it's something that you would do after work. And you wouldn't feel stressed out about it. You wouldn't feel sort of, like, oh, this is a burden. Passion really guides you. And I think transitioning now into like a revenue model and a full blown business is like the part that which I'm excited about and making this sort of a reality. But yeah, we started off as a casual meetup for women because yeah, if you look at the statistics right now, they're still not great. Like there's a lack of women or a distinct lack of women. But we're not here to talk about the sob stories. We're not here to be sad. We're here to celebrate and yeah, come together and yeah, unify and just be like awesome together. So that's how we started. Started small, grew pretty big.
Yeah, that's really fascinating, because I think your story particularly is so interesting because the first time I met you, I was like in my head, Crypto Girls Club was doing so much. I thought you are full time into it, and you are more than full time into it. The first panel we did together, remember? And on even in tsunami hackathons, we get a lot of participants. They have started some projects. They work part time into it, and they join our hackathon. They want to build on top of it, and then they always want to know that what is the right moment that they go all in. So with you particularly, what was the right moment that you decided, okay, now I'm just going all in into like Crypto Girls Club? And tell us a little bit of your experience when you
Yeah,
do
I would
hackathons. Yeah.
I would say that you need okay, well, we can talk about Crypto Girls Club. Like, you need a plan. I cannot stress this hard enough. Like, you can't just say, okay, I want to quit my job because this is going somewhere. Like,
Mm.
I always knew that I wanted to, be my own boss one day. And, I even studied my master's in entrepreneurship. So even when I was like a 20-year-old, I knew that this was the path I wanted to take. But timing is absolutely everything. And I had so many connections from, doing conferences, speaking at conferences all around the world, involving myself in partnerships that were simply more interesting in my evening job than my day job. And I was just not learning enough in my job. Like I was a senior marketing manager, and once my last project with my current company went, I was like, it's time to fly. It's time to fly. So I actually recommend you don't leave it as late as I did because I was scared and there's a lot of imposter syndrome. I hate that word being thrown around, but it is kind of like a what ifs that need to be tackled. Like, oh, what if, this is a bad idea? What if, it's a terrible market right now? What if I can't get another job if this fails? And there were a lot of like demons holding me back. And that's why I left it like right until the last minute, until I was like, guys, like I have to take the leap. But yeah, if you have a strong plan and you have backing and support, then I would say just go for it. And you do not need, I know I've learned this, you do not need to have your finalized product when you take the leap. Like, I think just getting started and reiterating is also an option. Like, if you look at the top unicorns right now, they started off a completely different business models than they are now. So
Okay. And can you also talk a bit about how you used, or like used is maybe not the right word, how you leveraged hackathons as a platform to have more models of CGC, because yeah, now you're doing much more than what you were doing like a year back with Crypto Girls Club. And what are your tips, for people to build during the hackathons?
Yeah, so actually, I started recently entering hackathons personally, and this is something. I mean, Crypto Girls Club started sponsoring and facilitating hackathons because we changed a little bit. We pivoted. We saw the relevance of giving women the confidence to build their own future through hackathons, and they're a really like sort of quick, intense, hacky way of finding a team, finding funding, finding the backing, and finding the network. So I think hackathons are really useful. But in terms of me, actually entering as an individual did so much like for me. Like I've met like the right people. I will build, for example, I'm a brand marketer. I've met the right technical people to bring hackathons to the next level. And I think like on an individual level, they've really helped me as well. But on a Crypto Girls Club level, we just saw that they worked like almost instantly. Like, once we did that first hackathon back in July, we had projects saying, "Hey, I met a really cool person. What's her name? I want to build with her." And we've never had that before. We've done like the slow networking, the slow drinks, and over a year, like you meet your team or you meet your future mates. But this was like almost within one day, we had built these like micro ecosystems, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think we have 30 minutes, and before we jump to second panel, like what are your tips to people who are maintaining a side, let's say a second passion project with a job? How
Yeah.
do you balance the two?
Loads of people like just said like, oh, you're crazy, you're insane. Like I like as soon as I finish work, I just want to like go to the gym or go to bed. And for me, I mean I everyone always has, they read a podcast or they listen, or they listen to I know audiobook. Everyone is always upgrading themselves. A lot of people I know are always trying to be the best person they possibly can be. And I think the reason why I work so like hard and so much after my day job was because this was setting the foundation for the rest of my life. So I say like the motivation that I had was intrinsically there because I knew that this was something that was gonna make me happy. So I don't know. I think like having a lot of passion and not giving up, but also just if you like something, I believe that you can do it.
Yes,
But yeah.
true. And what next for Crypto Girls Club? What to look forward to?
Yeah, so we are currently, actually, it's a very exciting time. We are going to build a recruiting platform because there's a lot of like women in Web3, not just transitioning. I mean, the market is slowly coming back, but it's still, we're in a bear market. But we're building a recruiting platform for people that are interested in Web3 and don't have the means to enter it. So yeah, I'm excited about that and yeah, bringing more talent to the space because we're awesome. Women are awesome.
Yes, we are. And I see there are some participants here from Venturethon as well. So Zoe is actually our mentor for Tsunami Venturethon. She's on our Discord. And you can ask her whatever you want on our Discord channel. She's super friendly, welcoming, and she's a hackathon winner and has a lot of experience in Web3 as well. Can people ask
I'm really
questions?
looking forward to it, by the way. Just message me on Discord and I'll be happy to help.
Yay.
But thank you.
Do we know if people can like raise a hand and ask questions, or how does it work? We don't know, right? Because I just saw somebody was jumping. Hacking.
Andrew?
You can right click on your avatar, which will prompt a few choices, and you can use the hand gesture, which is actually the wave gesture, but that could be
Okay.
substituted for putting your hand up.
Okay, so Hack Angel, I think, wants to say something.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for Zoe. At Bipo, we actually be supporting the women focused community in our region here, and the community is called Innovate. So we tend to provide opportunities to them in tech. We host several seminars and activities in real life events, and we've actually recently started a campus store. So we are establishing several branches in different institutions here in Nigeria. So I was looking forward to having a conversation with you to know if there is a way we could build partnership and provide more opportunities to those women as well.
Awesome. Yeah, so we recently collaborated with an organization, NFT Brazil. So we are, and actually it worked very well. They were an artist community, and here in Berlin, we showcased their artwork, for example. Diksha, for example, you were in a collaboration with, what was it? I put you in contact with an organization that was in
Africa, yeah.
In Africa. I'm not sure if it was in Nigeria as well, but we do facilitate cross-border partnerships. So if we can reach out, or if I can give you my Telegram or email, we can
Yes,
connect.
yes.
We're always up for that.
Yeah,
And
I think
awesome.
the Telegram would be great.
Cool. I think if
thank
you're on
you.
the email, I'll send you an email. So.
Okay, awesome. So we have 25 minutes. I'm just being like very, conscious of the time. So Anastasia and Farah, I think maybe we just start by you introducing yourselves and, the work you do, and then we can take it from there.
And yes, you left the space. Didn't want to have us introduce ourselves. Farah, would you like to start?
Sure, thank you, Anastasia.
There he is. He's back. He wants to talk us speak. Yeah.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm delighted to be here and to share space with everybody, audience and speakers and organizers. I'm Farah. I'm the founder and CEO of Okel, which is actually a now Web3 company. And Okel is a social service connecting users over sharing meals at local restaurants. It has an interesting story, and it has led me to Web3 and a new project that I recently started working on. I'm very excited to continue to build. I completely bootstrapped Okel. I didn't come from the startup tech ecosystem, had no idea. I didn't know anyone who was building a company or was working in tech. And I moved myself to New York as a recent grad. I had an idea I was just so passionate about. And unlike Zoe, I tend to be a little bit maybe too risk averse. So I worked for 8 months post-grad in research strategy and brand strategy, and just decided to move to New York after testing. I also have a solid research background, so I really did a lot of qualitative and quantitative research to validate the idea. And when I moved to New York, I was seeing a lot of traction and ended up organically turning the product into an enterprise service, started monetizing, with clients, including TechCrunch through and conference service, and started just, making a lot more money than I did in my whole time working in my first job in one day. And I was like, okay, so this is great. I don't need to fundraise. I can just continue to bootstrap this on my own. And while I was, in the startup ecosystem, going to all these networking events, that's when I discovered Web3, and I was like, oh my God, that's the future. This is what I need to be building. And I used to always resent people who were in the early days of the internet and Google, and I'm like, oh, it would be so nice if I can just I wish I would have been there when they were building the early days of the internet we're using today. And then Web3 came up, and I was like, oh, there it is. So I remember trying to force building Okel on chain, and it just didn't make sense then. I don't think it still does. I have decided to, after quite a good sabbatical and travel across Europe, I decided to move to Berlin from the US, and I'm currently in the process of passing my company on to a wonderful person who used to be a user, angel investor. So it's really wonderful to see the product continuing to, exist, hopefully in the same way, by somebody else who's as passionate about it. And I have spent some time dabbling in DeFi. I also scout for a venture fund in New York, and have spent a lot of time during my sabbatical connecting with other Web3 founders, and was always interested and wasn't sure exactly where that would lead. But very recently, I remember something my mom used to do in Syria. I grew up in Syria, moved to the US, as a 16-year-old about 10 years ago, and my mom used to go do the saving circle with her friends in Syria, and they would collect cash, and each of them would deposit the same amount of cash each month, and then by rotation one of them would receive the sum amount. And I always wondered why they did that. It was really cool to witness all of them receiving and putting together these sums amount of cash and building wealth together. And that's what was coming back to mind. So the product that I'm now working on is something related to community-based finance to basically help people understand how to build wealth together and have the accountability and stability of doing it in community, and also choose their journey, whether you want to do it, on a large scale or, higher scale, depending on where you are in life and your goals. So that is me, or part of me.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
And
Very
with
cool. Sarah, may I continue, or sorry, would you like to say something?
No, I was just saying yes, please. Go on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, Farah, I'm really inspired by your story, and we went to this there for a longer time than me, but it was great to discover that we have a shared background. I think it's very cool that you bootstrapped the company. It's very impressive. Let me tell you guys about myself real quick. My name is Anastasia. I am Russian German, originally from Moscow, Russia. Have lived in 4 countries, in Germany, in Russia, in the US and the UK. So I traveled to the US as an exchange student from Germany, became an exchange student, a grad student at Emory, worked at CNN, learned a bunch of stuff at the business school there. It was a great time. Gozwara Business School, I loved that time. It was great, met so many great people. And then joined Apple. Since then, like for 2.5 years, I worked at Apple in London. Then I decided to found my own company, my first startup, which I did 2020. I raised some angel funding, government funding, also VC funding, and that was not a lot of money, but it was enough for us to build a product. But the thing is, I think sometimes analysis paralysis and a lot of research is not really good. So I'm very, very inspired to see that for someone that worked so well, like for Farah, that it was really making a lot of money for you and you were able to finance everything, like your life from this. I think for us at my first company, we researched so much, but we did so little. And then when we started doing, we built the whole product, and then people didn't want to use it in the way we wanted them. And then we couldn't get the supply. So I learned a lot through that experience. And then went on to join other companies. First, web development bootcamp. We actually did a lot of hackathons there. I wasn't doing this, but just to connect with what Zoe was talking about. I was more on the sales side, leading the team. And then I was helping a Web3 company, a Web3 gaming toolkit company. Last year was working with the CEO, and it was crypto winter. But he achieved the unachievable, raised 5 million with a very good valuation. I helped through the whole way, so learned a lot how to raise the second round, learned a lot about how it matters to find the right VC for the first ticket. And now I am actually working with another Web3 company as on the advisory board as an advisor, and also helping them with investment. I'm not sure if I can tell their name yet because we're keeping it stealth. But about my company that I'm building, I can tell you a little bit more, and I'm mindful of the time, so just going to be 1 minute. We are building a gamified loyalty experience for services and entertainment providers in real life. And what we want to do is actually what Third Academy is doing here. We want to blend the realities, and we want to help people benefit from their experiences throughout digital and real life. And that's where we are going to connect with Web3. This is our vision. I love metaverse. I think it's great, and I think it's the future. I believe in this. So I want to be that loyalty ecosystem that will help everyone experience surprise and delight thanks to their experiences both in real life and in the digital life. So thanks so much. Sorry for talking so long.
Oh, it's so cool. Loved hearing that. So you're also building in the metaverse, like virtual reality.
Not yet, but we will connect with that. in a few years, yes. But the goal is to get there. Yes.
Mhm. Sounds good.
So
I think
maybe just to give a quick metaphor. So I'm ex-Apple, right? And Apple built an iPhone, and the iPhone is nothing without the App Store. And when I was there 3 years ago, it was just 10% of the revenue, the services revenue. Now it's 20%. What's going to happen in the future? It's going to grow. So what I want and the digital data from there, consumer behavior, we're going to supplement that data with the data about the behavior of people in real life.
I have a question for you, Anastasia, because you're doing the challenge of the fundraising right now. So like, is this been your biggest challenge along your journey, or has there been other things that you would potentially give advice to the audience here today?
I think it is definitely a challenge, and there is someone in the background who is putting plates on the table. If maybe we can ask that person. Yeah, if maybe we can ask them to turn off the mic, that would be amazing. And I would say there is always challenges, right? It's a business is a challenge, and but I think it's important not to create a reality where it's an insurmountable challenge. And when you think about fundraising as something that is too hard, then you create that reality in your head, and then you give up. So I don't think it's the right thing. I think you do the work. You go with the flow, you do whatever works for you. So for someone, it's a methodical approach. For me, it's very different. So whatever I've done in my life, it was always like a weird connection to someone that didn't even make sense to me, but it worked. So I'm just doing it my way. And I learned that with everything in life, just do it your way. Don't listen to other people. Don't believe in their path. They have their own experience, and we're here in this world to learn and to grow. And the universe is there to help us because we are part of it. So whatever you want to do, I think what Zoe, you said before, that if you like it, you can do it. That's absolutely true. And you do it your way. And then, yes, fundraising is a challenge, but it is also a challenge to build a business. It's also a challenge to get the first clients in. It's also a challenge to maintain a good product, maintain good relationships with the clients. The team is super challenging, and I've had my fair share with that, and I'm sure I'm only starting. But I think that's great, right? That's what we're here for. That's why we're doing it, because it's fun. It's ups and downs, and it's addictive. And I'm against any addictions, but if there is any that I would endorse, that would be the one.
I'd love to add that Anastasia, you mentioned like, it's great that you were able to bootstrap. It took probably 8 months of building and fundraising, trying to fundraise towards the consumer-facing product I thought I wanted to build that wasn't easy to monetize. And very organically, I was actually at a TechCrunch conference attending as a user of their, conference. And I was looking around and I was like, this is a great case study for what I'm building, but it was never anything that I imagined. I thought I was building a new version of Bumble BFF meets Meetup or OpenTable. But in that moment, right then and there, I found people who were like wearing the green staff t-shirt, and I pitched them immediately and I said, hey, I have a product that can serve you here and I'd love to give you a pilot. And at the time I had no idea I would be able to monetize that, but immediately they were like, I talked to 4 of them before I was connected to the right person, but they said, oh, we're looking for that actually. And again, I had no idea how to monetize something, but what I learned is that when I was focused on fundraising, my energy was not going into the business, which is about making money. So even now, as I look to build something new, sure, there's going to be a fundraising element. I don't forget also to, what are the ways that I can monetize early on? And
sorry, I have to interrupt. And the person that's cooking, can they mute themselves? Hello? Sorry, there's someone cooking and we're like, we cannot.
Yeah, I believe it's Yasser. Yasser, if he can hear, if you could please mute your microphone.
Yes, sir. Can you mute yourself so that we can continue? Yes, sir. Oh, I love remote events. Brings me back.
Maybe we can just start. Maybe we can just mute him. Because I think he may have left or
Okay.
He may not realize his mic is on. And
So
he's
he's
on the computer.
Wow.
I've never had this before. Yeah, usually we can people. So it's all a learning curve. Okay, should we just continue? Maybe you have to speak a bit louder.
Yeah.
But yeah, really curious.
Barry, you're amazing. I love it. I love what you did, and it's really cool. I would love to connect here in Berlin.
Thank you. Let's do it again. More monetizing.
Cool. Do we have any questions from the audience? I mean, would love to hear from people who are with us here, you know. What are your backgrounds? Where are you joining from? We have like 10 minutes, so always nice to involve everyone here.
Apart from the question I want to ask Yasir is what is he having for dinner? But I think there's other questions.
Okay.
Okay. I think we can continue, and if people do have questions, then they can just put it in the chat, and then we can ask at the end.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it. All right. Maybe, you know what I would like to say about Web3, or maybe ask everyone here, because, you know, I've been talking to a bunch of VCs now. I'm actually very happy because I've been getting some traction thanks to my visit to Lisbon. It was a great time. So thanks, Zoe, so much for that opportunity. I'm talking to a lot of VCs right now, and yeah, it's a great experience. But I hear a lot of you know, kind of skepticism about metaverse. I am a believer. I think I didn't believe in this just maybe a year ago, but then when I started working with this company in Web3, I learned more about that, and I realized that yeah, actually that makes sense. So the decentralized universe, yeah, I think it makes sense because people want to have more power of, you know, of their lives really, and like control that. So my question to everyone here is, what do you think about the metaverse? Why do you think there is like a lot of skepticism right now, and what would you say would be the, you know, the projection of the development of the whole thing? Yes, here. Jesus. This guy, he made my day. Oh my God.
Okay. So your question was regarding the metaverse, right? Like what do we think will be the future
Yeah.
and yeah, about the skepticism. Yeah, that's a good one. Does anybody want to take this one, or should I share my thoughts?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We'd
Okay.
love to hear your
So I
thoughts.
think personally, metaverse got like picked up. I think that's how I remember it, but you know, everybody has a different perspective. For me, like it was because of Axie Infinity, and then Meta announcing, Facebook basically announcing Metaverse, and then I was like, okay, something great is happening here. And then NFTs came in with like just after Metaverse, and then there was this huge hype, and a lot of startups were launched, etc. And then with the bear market, it sort of went at the hot seat. And now I feel like with Metaverse, I'm yet to see use cases which are more centric. After especially Facebook like wrapped up its Metaverse plan. But honestly, as a user, I find it like very interesting and escaping. And you can see, right, I'm here. This has made my event more interesting. I organize events like on a weekly basis, and this just like a fun element. to something, even if we are laughing about something that's like making this whole experience fun, right? So I think we are still waiting for the right use cases in the whole metaverse area. And yeah, looking forward to what comes up, honestly. Um, Not sure if that answers your question, but that was like a completely personal perspective on what's my takeaway from the whole metaverse, hype and boom. But I have a question
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely.
5 minutes.
Sorry, Diksha. Can I just say that someone wrote a very nice response?
Yeah, I was just about to reach out. I think, yeah. You go.
Yeah, so I think Diksha, thank you so much. I agree with you. This made this event much funner if it wasn't for Yassir, who's cooking. So yeah, but anyway, that can happen in any virtual event, right?
Yeah.
But what Eloise is saying here, I'm also a big fan of the metaverse. But to answer to your question, I think what I hear is that people want to stick to true and real life experiences. And yeah, I think it's a good valid point because there's nothing beats the feeling of the real life event, and that's what we've seen also with Web Summit. But I think there is also a convenience to it, right? Because we are now all at home or in the office, but able to connect here and like have that fun experience of something that could have been much more boring. So yeah, I think that's an interesting point from her.
The way I see it is that, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting and beautiful use cases for the metaverse, especially for perhaps, some of us who may not be able to, experience the same IRL journey that we would have access to. So for certain events, having one in real life event, but also a metaverse experience of the same event live for those who can't be there at the same time. I see the interface of the metaverse replacing a lot of the current just normal like Web2 interfaces we use, but I still think it won't replace the need for the IRL experiences. I think we're going to see more of that.
So just an announcement, we've officially muted the cook or the chef. So I guess we have time for one more question and then we can fly around and in the metaverse and enjoy the space while we still have it. So is there any, maybe like as entrepreneurs, like you've taken the leap, are there any like passing words of wisdom that you would have or give to your younger self? I mean, you ladies are pretty young, but like before you started this big journey or this venture, like what would you tell yourself? Because yeah, interesting for me as I'm just starting out as well. Anyone?
I will give my response. I think so right now I feel very empowered to do this company. Like I feel very balanced, grounded. I have heard many no's right now, but I know it's just like I just shake it off. I don't care about this. When I did my first company, I didn't know anything. I'm still amazed at how it worked, even honestly. I have no idea, but it did. So I would say don't listen to anyone if it doesn't jive well with you. If it is something that resonates with you and in your heart it's right, then do listen to it. But try to have the space to understand, okay, is this the person's opinion? Do they benefit from you thinking that somehow? Or is it their real desire to help you out because they want you to succeed? And then does it resonate well with you? And if it does, just go ahead and do it. So that is something that I think I've lost a lot of time on because I was listening to the wrong people. And so at some point, you kind of lose your own path, which is scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that to happen to others.
I love that. I would add to that, maybe specifically, I mean, reflecting on my own personal journey, I would say for everyone, do what feels right, do what's authentic to you, do what you would do if you were on an island, no one's around, no one's watching. Do that. Like, it's a good way to help you filter what you're doing, and if you're doing it for other people or because of the shoulds or because it's cool. I would tell my younger self, be relentless and be bold and make the move. Like, go make all the moves and don't like hold back because it's not good enough, or oh, I'm too small for this giant like client, or like none, like put all of that aside. Just do it. Be bold.
Be bold and even fly in the metaverse.
No, wait. Okay, so how can people here find you? Like on Twitter, on LinkedIn? Like, do you want to just drop the links to your profiles? Because yeah, people will want to reach out to you and connect. This is what we're here for, networking. And then Michael in the comments said, I agree to Diksha's opinion. The sentiment might change when the public recognizes the bull market. Yeah, I think that's to do with the metaverse discussion. But yeah, I also agree. Hurry up, bull market. But yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, just drop your LinkedIn. Everyone, let's connect. Let's chill. Let's have a drink in the virtual metaverse, and yeah, hopefully see you in real very soon. And yeah, if you want to also drop your links, I'll check it out as well.
Yes, and also please
Any passing
Venturethon. Don't forget to join the Tsunami Venturethon and build with us for 1 week remotely from any part of the world. If you're still,
So
if you
Diksha, how
still
do they
have-
do that?
Sorry.
Oh, you did it. You dropped the link. Okay, cool.
Yes.
No worries.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, let's get flying then. I guess we're right on time. And thank you so much. I apologize for the cooking. People got to eat in this world, not in the metaverse, but in
They
real.
do.
And it was awesome. We'll be back, I think, maybe in the new year with a brand new series. We're still new. Yeah, Michael's hungry.